Hello again, it's Alex, and today we're going to be working on a whole chain of movements that will lead us towards slant gainers and gainers. To practice this today, we're going to need a soft patch of grass that's really open so you're not going to land on anything. I know in this video I'm around lots of stuff like a path and a car and a wall. I'm only doing this skill in this area because I'm completely comfortable with all these things. I know where I am in the air and I know where I'm going to fall, if I'm going to fall, making it just enough space for me to be able to practice these skills to show you. You are responsible for anything that you try in this video. If you're not comfortable trying these skills, it might be worthwhile waiting to be in a safe environment with a coach so you can feel comfortable in learning these skills. Okay, the first thing I'm going to suggest is that you learn to cartwheel and you know which way that you do your cartwheel. So I always cartwheel left foot and left hand first. So this now makes me completely aware on which way I'm going to be doing all of these skills. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off with a butterfly kick. Now what you need to be doing to do this skill is putting your legs really, really wide, and we're going to start by dipping down and making our back nice and flat. So if we were going to balance a glass of water on our back, it wouldn't fall off. Then we're going to twist from one side to the opposite side and raising our back leg up. This is what is going to get you in the air partially. This leg lifting and this leg jumping is what's going to give you air time. So you must make sure this leg's coming up high. After you've got this leg coming around and you've dipped across, you can then try a little jump and change legs. And that is pretty much your butterfly kick. It is a very, very easy skill to learn. And quite often you'll be doing this skill without actually realising it because it is that easy. If you're not sure if you're doing it or not, it might be a good idea to film yourself. To get this better, try to keep your legs straighter and swing your arms. Try to make sure you're really lifting your back leg up and really jumping off this leg, and turning from side to side really, really fast is also going to be really, really helpful. If this skill is still hard to learn, the best thing to do is to put your hands on an obstacle and try and butterfly kick that way. Now that you've comfortably learned your butterfly kick, you're able to move on to harder skills such as a frisbee. A frisbee is really important for moving on to our next stage. All you have to do is have your butterfly kick, get some nice height. The moment your foot comes off the floor, you're then going to pull both legs in. I like to grab underneath my legs. I find that that helps get myself in nice and tight, and then it's going to spin you faster and then you can land. Because you're spinning faster, it means your feet are going to come down to the ground easier. So once you can do this skill is actually easier than the butterfly kick, but the butterfly kick's easier to learn first. If you notice I'm going upside down in my frisbee, it's just because I'm very, very used to doing aerials and I find it hard to stay flat. The next thing to practice is going to be our J step. And it is literally how it sounds. You're drawing a J on the floor with your feet. Because I cartwheel left and I butterfly kick left, I'm going to start off with my left foot at the top, and this would be the dot of the J. Stepping down towards where the J would start to curl with our right foot, and then we're going to spring around where the curl would be of the J to finish the J with our left foot. Once you've managed to master this, what we can start to do is swing our leg and our arms up towards our opposite shoulder. Once you get used to this, we can start jumping and landing back on the left leg, and then eventually we can then try to start rotating over and landing on the right foot. So we're kicking really hard and swinging our arms hard, but not too hard, and then landing on the foot. Now that you've managed to kick from your J step and you're jumping and landing on the right foot, you're basically already doing a cheat gainer, just a really, really small version. Now what you should notice with this is as you swing your leg harder and swing your arms harder, you should start to go a little bit higher until you're back on that horizontal butterfly kick axis. Now at this point, technically that is a proper cheat gainer, but we can make it neater. So how you can make it neater is by trying to lift your hips higher as you're swinging your arms and legs and turning over. You can also then try to start tucking in once you've got in the air like the frisbee, and this will speed it up and very much give it that illusion of a cheat gainer going over the top, but it doesn't. Right, now that your cheat gainer is starting to come together and you're getting up in the air, getting horizontal or above, tucking nice and tight, we can start to think about moving on to a full gainer. There's two ways that I would say that you could learn this. You can just keep doing your cheap gainers, and as you swing your leg and your arms harder and harder and harder, it will start to make you go bit by bit more and more vertical until you reach a full slant gainer. Now the goal in this is to have straight arms and straight legs the whole way through. You can still tuck though if you need to save yourself and get around. Method number 2 is to be trying your slant gainer, but as we kick, we throw our arms over and we put them on the ground, meaning that if you don't rotate very much, you just land on your hands and then you're absolutely safe. So we can still do these slant gainers to hands again and again and again until we're starting to get a bit more height and it's a bit more comfortable. And then eventually we can start putting one hand down and no hands down. If you're struggling to go less weight on your hands, the best thing to do is to swing your leg up harder and lift your hips with it. And that way it's going to kind of take you away from the floor a little bit more. Now that you've got your slant gainer comfortably, we can start to play around with it and change the angle of our foot